Your business deploys AI pilots everywhere. But are they going anywhere? Or are they stuck in silos, exhausting resources, unable to scale? Maybe you don't need hundreds of AI pilots, you need a holistic strategy. IBM has 65,000 consultants with Gen AI expertise who can help you design, integrate, and optimize AI solutions. So you're not just deploying AI, you're scaling it across your business. Learn more at ibm.com/consulting. IBM. Let's create.
Want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily, distribute it everywhere, and even earn money, all in one place for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit your podcasts right from your phone or your computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are also available on Spotify, and when you want to take conversations with your fans to the next level, Q&As and polls are the best way to get them talking. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. Ever since I discovered Spotify for Podcasters, I feel so supported in the creation and distribution of my show. Spotify for Podcasters hosts masterclasses, office hours, and more to help creators develop and fine-tune their skills. I highly recommend you give it a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to 80/20. My name's Lily. I'm your host. Sorry for ghosting the podcast for 2 weeks. I will have a huge life update coming for you guys incredibly soon, but I'm just kind of waiting for all of the pieces to really fall into place and the details to be finalized before I share too much. But I've just had so much going on in my life, and I was really kind of feeling in a creative rut, and I feel like I talk about this so much, but quality over quantity always. And I was posting reels every day, and I was doing 2 podcasts a week, and I was on such a roll. And then I just really burned myself out, and I was focusing so much on one thing rather than this podcast. And so that's kind of why I've been gone. But yeah, more details to come. But I just appreciate you guys being so understanding, and I just appreciate all your DMs and kind messages, and if you message me, I probably got back to you. I try to get back to everybody, but honestly, I haven't even really been on Instagram lately. I posted my first reel in 2 weeks this morning, and I realized that I dropped the ball on my trying to do reels every day in January challenge for myself. But yeah, I don't know, I think I just burn myself out really easily, and that's just something that I really feel like I need to work on, because I talk so much about taking rest and making sure that you are filling your cup before you can pour into others, but sometimes I feel like I don't do that for myself. But this past weekend, I definitely feel like I filled my cup, and I'm feeling better, and I just got a burst of energy, and I felt like I wanted to turn on the podcast and chat with you guys. So I hope that you all are doing well. I missed you. I thought about you guys every day, and I was just thinking, I really need to record today. And then the day would go by, and then I would think again, okay, I need to record today, and then I wouldn't. And here we finally are, when I'm feeling like I have something to share. So last time I recorded the show, we did a juicy Q&A, which honestly, something else that was really bothering me was that episode was so good. And I was like, how do I follow that episode? I loved that episode. I talked for 45 minutes, and I actually talked for an hour and a half, but I cut it down to 45 minutes. I was like, how do I follow that good episode? And I don't know, I just felt really boring. You know that TikTok sound that's if you're boring, just say so. That's what I felt like. I was like, I'm just going to have to come on the show and be like, I'm boring. Sorry, guys, I have nothing good to share with you. So I figured that this episode would just kind of be a little mini catch up, a little bit of everything to some degree, quotes that I've been loving, things in my morning routine that I've been switching up, kind of just if we were to sit down and go get coffee, and I'd be like, okay, these are the things that are kind of going on with me right now. First order of business is a podcast update. This is going to be the last episode of season 3, which is crazy. We made it to 21 episodes in season 3. I try to do between 20 and 25, roughly. And it would have been 25 if I kept on my schedule, but we already talked about that, quality over quantity, whatever. was burned out. It is what it is. And this episode will go up the last Thursday of January. And so I figured that we would just start season 4 in February. I honestly might take a couple weeks off and then start up again. I just like to do that in between seasons to kind of refresh, get all my ideas in order, and just, I don't know, I feel like it's good to take a break every now and then. Like if you don't take breaks and you don't take rest, then you just kind of run yourself into the ground. And that's definitely what I did a couple of weeks ago with the show and the social media and just everything. I was like so full throttle. And honestly, I'm super pumped about season 4. I have some really cool topics. I know that I'm just going to have so much more to talk about, and I'm probably going to drop down to 1 episode a week just so I can give that 1 episode my all. I asked you guys your opinion on this, and a lot of you said, no, please don't drop down to 1 episode. Like I really like having 2 to listen to, but I personally feel like I can give you more good quality content in 1 longer episode than I could in 2 shorter episodes, if that kind of makes sense. And a lot of podcasts only upload 1 day a week. Like most people who aren't on like a network or anything, they'll just do 1 a week. And I feel like I can just give you guys a better show 1 day a week than I can with 2 smaller episodes, if that makes sense. I have a lot of really cool topics that I want to talk about. Like I was actually writing them in my notes the other day, and I thought that maybe I could read them to you guys just so we can all like mutually get excited. Something that I really want to make into a full episode, and something that probably might be controversial. I don't know, however you guys feel, but why are we so obsessed with morning routines? There's been a increase in obsession with morning routines, even though people have been waking up forever. I feel like we've just recently become so obsessed with morning routines, and I would like to know people's opinions as to why that is. So if you have an opinion on a morning routine or on morning routines in general, send me a DM so I can have like content to talk about in that episode. Like even though I love my morning routine, and I think I might share with you guys some things that I've been doing in my morning routine that have improved my life, why are we all obsessed with that? It's weird. Do we think it's weird? I don't know. You let me know. I want to talk about productivity when you're sick, productivity when you're on your period. I want to continue my self-love mini-series that I started this season. I want to do a whole episode on my favorite products, my favorite apps, books, podcasts, things that I can't live without. I really want to do an episode with my mom about our cookbook creation and all the work that went into that. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. I want to talk about taking charge of your own life, maybe like be the CEO of your own life. Okay, this is one that I just thought of, but I need to write it down. But it's decluttering your home and your mind, because I just went through my closet the other day. I cleaned out my whole desk. I was really in a cleaning mood, and decluttering your mind and your home go hand in hand. So I feel like that would be a fun topic to talk about. And if any of these sound cool, let me know in my DMs, or if you guys have a topic that you want me to talk about, also let me know, because I'm always open to hearing what you guys want to hear about. And obviously I want to cater to you guys, my audience, so please let me know what topics you want to hear in season 4. I'm really excited about it, and I hope that you guys are too. Second order of business. I feel like this is going to start sounding like a city council meeting or something, but second order of business. I'm running a special this weekend on the cookbook. I had this idea the other day when I heard that this weekend my town of Ocean City is supposed to get like 18 inches of snow. That forecast is for sure going to change between now and the day that happens. But word on the street is 18 inches, which I don't believe. But I thought that it'd be fun to kind of play with this a little bit. So I wanted to give you guys a deal on the cookbook this weekend only. If you guys are new to the show or new to my content, I recently put out a cookbook. I wrote it with my mom. It is 60 pages worth of recipes and tips and tricks and guides and templates to help you nourish your mind, body, and soul. The book is called Fuel Your Body, Fuel Your Soul, because when you fuel your body right, you feel good, and then you can fuel the rest of your life around you. This deal is only good until Sunday the 30th. So at 11:59 on the 30th, this deal is done. No more 10% off code. But until then, you can use the code COOKFROMHOME to get 10% off, because when you're snowed in to your house, hopefully you're doing a lot of cooking because no one can deliver, you're snowed in, whatever. I personally love a snowstorm because it means that I get to be home with my family. I get to enjoy cooking with them and being with them and laughing and drinking in the kitchen and making breakfast, lunch, and dinner completely from scratch, and that's just something that I love to do so much. And so I wanted to spread the love and give you guys some inspiration as to what to cook from home, because that's probably the hardest part, is figuring out what the heck do I even make. And so I made it really easy for you guys, and I wrote a cookbook so you never have to wonder again. You can use the code COOKFROMHOME to get 10% off. You can go to lilyrico.com/shop/cookbook. Use the code COOKFROMHOME to get 10% off, and I'll have all that info linked in the show notes for you guys as well. So let's talk about mornings. And I know that we've briefly talked about the fact that our morning routine obsessions are kind of strange, but it doesn't mean that I'm against them. I really love a morning routine conversation. I love to know what people do in their morning routines. I love to know little habits that set them up for success. And so I recently incorporated some new habits into my routine, and I wanted to share them with you guys. I feel like it's been a while too since I've even talked about my morning routine, so maybe I need to do one comprehensive episode. Actually, I'll definitely do that in season 4, because my life is about to change very drastically, and my morning routine is probably going to be significantly different than it is now, so that'll be kind of fun because a lot of things are going to change in the best way, and I'm super excited for it. So I'll definitely do like an updated morning routine episode in season 4, so probably like a month or so from now, we can chat about my new morning routine. But habits that I've been loving recently. First off, tongue scraper. If you guys do not use a tongue scraper, you need to get on that. I will leave the one that I have linked in the show notes. I started using a tongue scraper about, I'd say 6 to 8 months ago. Sorry, my dog is barking. I don't know if the mic picks that up or not. And it has changed my life. I've gotten all my friends, all my family members on the tongue scraper game because it is incredible, life-changing. It's a very not so sexy title for this tool. It basically, I don't even know how to describe it. It kind of looks like a nutcracker. Like, you know, in the kitchen, if your mom was like a pampered chef mom, she probably has like a nutcracker. And it's like these two little, I can't even describe it. You guys just need to click the link in the show notes so we're all on the same page as to what I'm talking about. It's this metal thing, and it's kind of like a U shape. And you basically just scrape all the bacteria off your tongue first thing in the morning, and you get the freshest breath ever. Okay? And it makes you feel so much less grody. I was talking to a friend once about like natural toothpaste and like fluoride and all the additives and stuff that they use, and I was saying how I feel like the toothpaste that I switched to wasn't really freshening my breath. And she was like, oh, well, it's not the toothpaste that's freshening your breath. You need a tongue scraper. And so I ordered one on Amazon, and it has absolutely changed the game for me. Another fun fact that my friend told me is that if you are the type of person who wakes up and the first thing you do is reach to your bedside table and drink water, stop doing that. Because think about it. All that bacteria that's settled on your tongue when you were sleeping gets flushed down into your body. And I never thought about that. But then if you wake up, go to the bathroom, scrape your tongue first, and then you can drink water, and then you can brush your teeth, it just makes more sense logically. Next morning habit, or morning routine item, I guess we can call it. Short and sweet journaling sessions. For some reason recently, I don't know if it's just I'm excited to start my day, or I just have a lot going on. I really found myself struggling to sit down for a long, 20, 30 minute meditation, journal, read the book, do all these things. And so ever since January started, I began to read the book Journey to the Heart. And so every day it's about a 2 to 5 minute passage that you can read. And it's just something to reflect on, maybe take a moment to meditate on. But basically I just read today's passage, and then I'll write in my journal gratitude, affirmations, and then sometimes I say make my to-do list. And that's it. I have not been really going much deeper than that, only because I don't have like the capacity to do that right now. I feel like I go through phases where sometimes I really want to sit and write for a long time, or I want to sit and do a bunch of meditations. But recently I'm just like, okay, I got to get on to the next thing. And I don't know why that is, because I used to really love like sitting and journaling and like having a slow morning, but recently I'm just ready to just jump into my day. And so keeping the journaling sessions short and sweet has been really helpful because I know that it doesn't have to be super time consuming. It can take me 5 minutes and I don't have to feel bad about it being short. Next thing I've been loving, and I go through phases with this too. It's super normal to go through phases with different habits and routines and things, guys. Something that I talk to clients about so much is they'll bring up, oh, 6 months ago I used to do this and I used to do that and I felt so good when I did that, but I just can't bring myself to do that now. And once we dive a little bit deeper, sometimes we realize that it's just the time of year or their job is different, so they just can't do what they used to do. And so just give yourself a little bit of grace. I don't think that it's possible to constantly do the same thing every single day. That's kind of boring too, right? You want to switch it up. You want to create new habits and you want to adapt and change as your life does too, you know? Back to my morning item. No phone for the first 30 to 60 minutes. I slip up on this all the time. Because for me, I'm so cozy in bed and I don't want to wake up, I don't want to get out of bed yet. And so I sit in bed and I grab my phone. So it takes everything in me not to grab my phone, because as soon as I grab my phone, I go on Instagram and then I read DMs from people or I read comments, and sometimes it's great. Most of the time, people want something from me right away, or all these texts have come through, or all these emails have come through, and people want something from me right away that I cannot give them at 6 or 7 in the morning. I just have woken up and I can't deal with other people's shit right now because I gotta deal with mine. So no phone first thing in the morning is magical, and if you can do it, power to you. I slip up all the time. But the days where I leave my phone alone for the first 30 to 60 minutes are the days where I feel my best. I feel like now we're going to kind of cross over more into the things I'm loving category, but also this has to do with morning routines. I've been obsessed with my gua sha facial thing. I hope that I pronounced that right. It's this rock, essentially. It helps with lymphatic drainage, helps to shape your face, lift your features. Lexi, my younger sister, recommended it to me. She's in esthetician school, and she said that I should start using it, and I've really been loving it. I do my jawline, I do my under eyes, and I do my eyebrows, and I think that it really helps me depuff in the morning. And I do my ice roller after that. I have the Skinny Confidential ice roller. It's so good, but I don't do it every morning, but I definitely do the gua sha every morning. And Lex also said that you can take it in the shower too. So if you're worried about cleaning it, just bring it in the shower with you and use your face wash on it and you're set. It's a really low maintenance skincare tool, which I appreciate because I don't want something that I have to clean every day and worry about and let it sit to dry. Low maintenance. It's awesome. This is kind of a tangent. I really want to get, I don't want to say a co-host because I do love just being able to turn on the mic and chat with you guys, but it is fun to converse with people. This would be fun with either my sisters to bounce back and forth and be like, oh, I like this right now. I like that right now. You should try this. No, you should try this. And I don't know, it's just fun. So maybe I'll have Lexi and Marley on the podcast soon. That would be a lot of fun. And I know that you guys like to hear from them too. So I feel like we're all going to have huge life updates soon. So we're just going to need a big Reiko girl catch up conversation within the next couple weeks because big things are happening in this household, guys. It's exciting stuff. Next thing that I've been loving. You guys are going to be shocked by this, blown away by this, okay? Too Hot to Handle. I like to watch one episode before bed because it makes me laugh. I absolutely love a lighthearted, funny show before bed. People have recommended so many shows to me, but if it's drama or if it's dark or if it's going to make me sad, I can't watch it, especially before bed. Well, before bed's the only time that I would watch a show, and it's honestly kind of helped me to wind down. I used to really promote not bringing your computer to bed with you, but probably about a month ago, I started to watch Friends in bed, and I honestly slept better because I was able to get out of my own head and watch a show and wind down and then just go right to sleep. So it's kind of been helpful for me, honestly. But I finished Friends, and it was the second time that I watched Friends all the way through. That's the only show that I've ever watched all the way through. And I didn't want to watch it a third time. I will down the line, but I'm going to give it a couple months. And I saw that Too Hot to Handle season 3 was out. And season 1 and 2 were funny. and season 3 is hilarious. So I started watching it, and I'm on episode 8 right now, I think. And I really like it. So it's kind of raunchy, but it's funny. And the trailer makes it seem a lot more raunchy than it actually is. You guys are going to have to let me know if you like Too Hot to Handle or if you watched it and you didn't like it. I don't think that anybody who watches it would not like it. Next thing that I've been loving, I guess still in the entertainment category, I've been going back to my roots, you guys, and listening to a lot of country music, which isn't strange for me because I grew up on country music, but I took a long break from it. I probably haven't listened to it since the summertime because you just go through phases with things. We already talked about this, but I haven't really listened to country since the summertime, and I really have been enjoying it lately. Lexi showed me this guy. He's got a great voice. He's super cute. His name's Connor Smith, and he wrote this, and I'm not on TikTok. I only know TikTok things if Lexi shows them to me, but I guess he wrote this song called I Hate Alabama. It blew up on TikTok. It was this whole thing with, the college crowd and whatnot, and he's doing pretty well for himself, which is super exciting. And I love to see when people who have worked so hard for something for so long start to achieve what they want to achieve. Like, nothing is cooler than that. And he's got a good voice, he's got catchy music, and so I've really been loving his music lately. I actually have a whole playlist, and it's on my Spotify. I'll link it in the show notes, and it's just the emoji with the cowboy hat, and it's just like 9 hours of country music. If you guys want to go listen to what I listen to, all my favorites are on there, and that's what I've just been driving around in the car to, and I've really been into it. So that's something else that I've been loving. It's also been making me really happy. I don't think that I shared with you guys that I was doing this, but I decided to do dry January. It's basically where you don't drink the month of January. If you know me, you know that I'm not really a big party girl. Of course, I like to have fun, but I'm really not a big going out type of girl. So when we would have like people over for dinner here, I would just do kombucha in a wine glass. Also, I have these wine glasses from Crate and Barrel that I got for myself last year for my birthday, and they're so cute. Unfortunately, the price just went up on them for an individual glass, but I think that the set's a little bit cheaper, and I want to order 2 more, so I have a set of 4, but I'll leave it in the description for you guys. Kombucha in a wine glass is great. I really like the Cosmic Cranberry from JT's Kombucha. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the Cosmic Cranberry, JT's Kombucha. Really yummy. But I will admit to you guys, I broke dry January. I made it to the 20th because we were celebrating something, which once again, I'll share with you guys really soon. But we were celebrating, and it was something totally worth celebrating for. It's really not even like I drink all that often. I just wanted to see how I would feel if I, took some time off, I definitely felt more clarity. I felt more aligned with my goals and myself, and was waking up with a little bit more energy, found it easier to go to sleep. So, it's just like fun to experiment with stuff like that. Obviously not like I wasn't doing it for any like serious reason. I was just having fun experimenting, and I like to just try different things and challenge myself. And so that was fun. And then, the 20th we celebrated, had a good time. And then now I'm back to kombucha in a wine glass for the rest of the month. Workout routine recently has been yoga. You guys know I'm in yoga teacher training. So I've been trying to hit a certain goal as far as classes go every week. And I've also been loving the Kayla Anestis Bikini Body Guide. This is an OG program. I don't even know if they sell it anymore. Then again, it might be. If I can find the Kayla Anestis Bikini Body Guide workout ebook, I'll put it in the description for you guys. But wow, this episode is going to have a lot of links in the show notes, so you're welcome. It's a really, really good workout plan. It's 12 weeks. You can do them with weights or without weights. You can do them from home. You can do them at a gym. You could do them in like your college apartment or your dorm room or wherever you live. It requires very minimal space and minimal equipment, which I really appreciate. And they're only like 30 minutes a piece, technically 28. I typically work out for like 45 to an hour because I like to stretch in between and do, other things as well. But these workouts are only max 30 minutes and they're a lot of fun too. So if you do it with a friend, it's always more fun, but I've really been loving the Bikini Body Guide for workouts. Oh, my phone is blowing up. Why is my ringer even on? I mean, I walk around on Do Not Disturb. I walk around with my ringer off. And so anytime that my phone actually goes off, it kind of scares me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely feel like this episode is gonna be just a little bit on the shorter side, especially compared to my previous episode, the Juicy Q&A. Nothing can outdo that. I love how that episode turned out, honestly. If you guys haven't listened to it, it's kind of been a pretty popular episode. So if you haven't listened to that episode, I'll have it linked in the show notes for you guys, or you can just tap on the podcast, subscribe, leave a rate, leave a review, share it with a friend. I appreciate your support so much. You are the reason why I do what I do, and there truly is no me without you. So thank you so much for listening today. This episode was kind of different from most of my episodes, but I hope that you really enjoyed it. I feel like I'm exploring with different templates and formats and stuff, so I'm always open to your feedback. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want me to talk about next. Get excited for season 4. Don't forget to take advantage of this weekend's deal on the cookbook. You can use the code COOKFROMHOME to get 10% off before January 30th. Again, that's code COOKFROMHOME to get 10% off the cookbook before January 30th. I love you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day, rest of your week, and I will chat with you in season 4, which I don't have a set date for, so give me a couple weeks to kind of get settled into all the craziness that my life is about to be, and then we'll be back with a huge life update. I'll probably share everything that's going on Instagram first, so be sure to follow me there too. My username is Lily Rayco, and you can follow along on the podcast Instagram, which is 8020pod. That's 8020pod. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon.